Welcome to the Coach's Corner. First off, welcome back, Matt. It's good to see you in the friendly confines again.
It's nice to be back in beautiful Hirsch Park.
How was your winter and your second year in Australia?
I threw 107 innings down there, enjoyed the beautiful sun, the beautiful weather, and of course the beautiful people down there in Australia. It was my club's first year in Division 1, the top level down there. We held our own and remained in Division 1 by retaining 6th place out of 12 teams. Did real well.
The Fitzroy Lions, look it up on the internet. It's another world. Matt, I want to talk about the Wanderers a little bit with you this year. What are the keys this year to getting basically the same group of guys that you started off with last year in your first year above 500 and possibly into the playoffs?
Well, as you said, we do have the same team, but there's a lot to be said with that. We also had the youngest team in the Bundesliga last year. And with that being said, that means this year we have some more experience. We had a new player in Jovert Bolza last year who came up for us from Herne. This will be his second year in the Bundesliga.
Herne was a fourth league, fifth league team?
I believe they were in the fifth league, and he held his own in the first league. I really got to commend his work ethic in coming out and working hard. Other young guys coming out. Arne Ulrich finally getting a shot out here. Toby Villick, he's a 20-year-old kid out here playing in his fourth year in the Bundesliga. You really can't say enough. But our young team is really built around that. We're really built around hard work, speed, defense, and we've really bonded together as a team. And I believe we're the only middle infield with Alyosha Heller and Toby Villick at second base. This is their fourth year together. And as everybody knows, playing baseball is all about playing together. And you got a young group of guys that have come out and really persevered through more experienced teams. And I look to see that experience come out this year.
Definitely. And Jovert was an excellent addition, but I think Jovert was pretty much prototypical of all the players that really took over the team, even though they were relatively inexperienced in the first league. Okay, the first round was pretty tough, but Trevor put a lot on with the conditioning, and I think that was a key to getting some inspiration with guys that you wouldn't have otherwise found it with.
Oh, exactly. We're not like the Dutch league or the Italian league or even down the Australian league where we play, one game a day or 2 games a week. We play 2 games in one day, and conditioning is a big part of that. And you can't say enough about the work ethic that Trevor Howell brings to this club. His conditioning and his warm-up program is vital to keeping our guys healthy. And
we did lose 2 relievers. The pitching will probably shape up, though, better than last year. With the additions of Matthias Winklerrath from Wuppertal and Elliot Biddle from the Australian league that you came from, will that put you over the top in the first Bundesliga Nord?
Well, look, we're looking to have Dennis Stechman now with a full year under his belt in the first league. We're looking for him to come out and compete a little bit more this year. I know the pressure's on him, and he's been working his tail off this winter. Certainly bids. Elliot Biddle down there, he was signed by the Twins in 2008. He's a solid lefty pitcher. We can definitely go to him if we need to. The young guys. In German baseball, it's all about developing your young talent. And we've got young guys in Jonas Schwering, Kevin Murther, Michael Altenscheidt. Those are the kids that we want to develop so that the Dortmund Wanders in the future have a strong German pitching staff.
And I suppose just watching you as coach, okay, is on one side, but Elliot will be there as a player for these young pitchers. They'll also be able to look up to him a little bit too from another side, I think.
Yeah. He's a tremendous talent. I saw the kid play down in Australia very many times down there. He's tremendous on the mound, but even more so as a team baseball player. He's a great center fielder with a lot of pop and a lot of speed. He's going to be a tremendous addition and a great role model for our young baseball.
Is there anyone that is going to replace you this year as the best pitcher for the Wanderers?
Boy, I really hope Dennis Stechman can do it. Like I said, he's a guy we're looking to have go out and compete for us this year. We're looking to get him to have about 70, 75, 80 innings this year. And we're hoping to cut that ERA down. A big thing for him to work on this year is cutting the walks down and challenging hitters. In my opinion, we probably have the fastest outfield in the Bundesliga. And my pitcher should not be afraid to put the ball over the plate.
Apropos, if you can hit it, they're going to catch it. Defensively, tell me about how this team will execute this year.
Much like last year, we saw the progression with our young talent. And bringing over Luther Kangas last year and now with Elliot Biddle this year, it adds a lot of strength to our outfield. With Jovert, Elliott, Matthias Winklereth out there, Roy Vesha out there, and Marvin Uraki. We've got a lot of depth in our outfield, and that's something that we really like.
Now, the outfield's solid, but what about the infield? I think there's a little bit of a hidden source of pride for the Wanderers on the infield, in that there aren't any foreigners that have to play short.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head right there. I mean, you look at the talented teams in the Bundesliga, and they're German talent. I mean, you look to the bigger clubs to see how you should do things, and quite frankly, we are the only club in the Bundesliga to field a German third baseman, a German shortstop, a German second baseman, and a German first baseman. That's a sense of pride for us, as the infield, as they have to make plays, spectacular plays. They have to have schemes that they're put on. And these guys, over the course of my 4 years being here, have gotten so much better at understanding the game. It's one thing to play the game, but if you understand the game, it makes playing the game that much easier.
Definitely, and that was one of the things that I wanted to ask you about, being that this is your second year as coach, but in total, your fourth year with the Wanderers. Is that the biggest difference to this point with the Wanderers that you've seen is defensively? Because I know under Killer there was training, there were works on the fundamentals, but it was never as in-depth as it has been with you.
Well, we like to work on the finer points. You know, we want our middle infielders talking. We want them knowing what the pitcher is throwing. We want our guys talking on the bench in between innings about what the opposing pitcher is trying to do against us. If you can think the game, it slows down for you. And you know as well as anything, if you can slow the game down on the field, you're going to be that much more of a better player, because you're going to be quicker than the game. And that's what we've seen over the last year. And we look to see our hitting get better because of it. Sticks for most of the year. We're going to put a lot of speed. Our emphasis this year is going to be speed. We're going to use our legs, and we're going to try and put pressure.
Sort of a St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to break out Whitey Ford and get the '80s Cardinals going, that's what we're going to try and do. You know, we're really going to try and put pressure on the defense.
75% ground balls.
Yeah, you know, like I said, we've got a lot of speed. If we can cut down our strikeouts, increase our walks, the hits will come. I don't worry about our club hitting the ball. Cut down on the strikeouts, increase the walks, put pressure on the defense, and we're going to score runs this year. It's going to be a very exciting team.
And a guy like Toby, second baseman, Tobias Villa, this could be a key year for him if he's able to improve on his simple eye at the plate, getting more walks.
Yeah, the biggest thing with Toby, you know, like I said, we're trying to emphasize bat on ball. If we can cut down strikeouts, put pressure on defense, focus on moving runners. I look for Toby Villock, Daniel Gorgi. I look for Daniel Grohr to have a breakout season. If you want to see a guy that's going to really come to work and get better this year, look for Daniel Grohr to do some things.
Well, my vote for MVP, of course, is going to be Ali Heller. Personal favorite of mine, because I've seen him develop the whole time that I've been here, and I can say he's got potential to be an MVP player. The other guys that you're looking at, especially the Americans, Elliott, you mentioned already, a great contact hitter, a guy with good speed. How's his base running knowledge?
You know, it's like I said, one of the few privileges I had down there was to watch Elliott play baseball, and he's the kind of guy that's going to take the extra base, that's going to push the envelope a little bit. He's going to be stealing third base. He's going to steal second. He's going to be the guy to drop down a bunt in a key situation and beat it out. Like I said, he's going to be a great asset, a great role model for our young guys to watch him play, along with how Trevor Howell approaches his at-bats. That's something every baseball player should love to watch Trevor take an at-bat. The way he approaches the game and the way he teaches our younger guys to swing the bat and go about their business, it's a tremendous asset for this club, and it's a pleasure having him back for his third year.
Well, and one thing that I've noticed with Trevor, I think the most important thing to his approach at the plate is that he doesn't beat himself up. He comes back for the next at-bat and tries to do better. Even if he grounds out, the next at-bat can be against a better pitcher, and he'll hit it out of the park.
We always want to teach our guys to have that turn-the-page kind of attitude. You know, if you make an error, if you have a strikeout, a bad at-bat, we don't carry it into the field, or we don't carry it into our next at-bat. We turn the page, we focus on the future. You're always going to have another ground ball hit to you. You're always going to have another fly ball. You're going to have another at-bat. It's how you respond and how you persevere through the difficulties that make you a better baseball player.
Definitely. Are there any players that you're expecting some real highlights from this year? We've covered some, but, you know, maybe another guy that's going to have a breakout, or somebody that come up for the team at a tough situation?
Well, we've added a young guy from Wuppertal named Matthias Winklereth. We're gonna take him a little bit slower off the mound. We want to develop him a little bit. He had a little surgery last year on his shoulder. Everything's good now, but we don't want.
He is also a position player.
Yeah, but he's also a position player. We're going to make use of that. He's got a tremendous work ethic. He's here working hard. He's got great speed. He's got great at bat.
What position do you see him on the field? Is he infield or outfield?
No, I want to take it pretty easy on his arm and develop him more as a pitcher. So I want to get him out of the infield. I want to focus more on arm strength, stretching it out. So I'm going to have him in right field early in the season to give us a little bit more depth out there, and it allows us to move guys around a little bit. He's a tremendous asset. Look for him in the middle of the year to contribute on the mound for us.
Definitely. Well, I do appreciate it, Matt. Thanks, and wish you all the best. We'll be back checking in with you in the course of the season. As I mentioned, in front of every home game, we're going to try and put something out. And we're all looking forward to a great year.
Should be a good one.
All the best, Matt.